Hey guys, welcome back to a new video, and today I'm going to be talking about JPEG only street photography with the Fuji X100V. I went into the city early this morning. It was actually still dark when I left because that's UK weather. It was like 8:30 and it was still pitch black. I went out today and just shot JPEG for the first time in ages because Fuji colors, that's what everyone seems to say. And I've owned this camera for less than a month, so I'm still a newbie. My Fuji experience is lacking, so that's why I'm keen to get out and learn more. To challenge myself and to make a video like this, I wanted to just shoot JPEG. So I selected classic chrome and I made a couple of adjustments myself, which I'll explain in a moment, but I just wanted to generally see how the photos would come out if I was looking for an easier workflow. If I just wanted to have the JPEGs, send them to my phone, boom, I've, photography done. Previously shooting street photography on my Canon R6, which I'm filming with now, the editing process is like 50% of the fun from my experience. I would get home, edit the files, try and figure out what moody and cinematic edit I could pull together, and I would have a lot of fun doing it. So I'm not making this video to say that JPEGs are better than RAW files. JPEGs and RAWs have their pros and cons. That's not what this video is about. But this video is about me trying to figure out how to shoot JPEGs, maybe even putting my own recipe together, figuring out what looks good on a Fuji, because I don't know that yet. I've just not figured it out. Anyway, I'm rambling here. Some of the photos from today's video are good. Some of the photos from today's video or today's street photography session are not so good because it looks like I don't know how to expose an image. And that's something I need to get used to with JPEGs. You'll see a couple of photos in a second. They're just not exposed properly. And I think that's because I'm used to shooting RAWs, and then I can lift the shadows and brighten the highlights and all that. You can't do that with JPEGs. Obviously, once the JPEG has been created, that's the JPEG you're given, and a lot of the photos in today's session are underexposed, but that's a mistake I can learn from. That was a pretty long intro. Let's jump into the city of London. I'm going to show you some JPEG images shot on classic chrome, and then I will talk about the mistakes I made. What are you doing, Pete?
Playing with dolls. I think I want this one. I'm not even joking.
I think we can agree that I probably underexposed a lot of those images, but I did shoot both RAW and JPEGs for today's shoot. So I did keep the RAWs as backup like I always do, and I didn't want to completely restrict myself, but because the photos didn't turn out the way I wanted them to, I did jump into Lightroom with the RAW files. I added the color profile classic chrome, so it's as similar to what the camera would have produced as the JPEGs. And then I just made some basic adjustments in the basic tab, lifting the shadows, lifting the blacks, just so I could re-expose the photo so it would have looked like what I intended it on looking like when I originally shot the JPEG. So I want to just show you those on screen so you can see what my intentions were and not what my mistake ended up being. So moving on from the underexposed images. My thoughts on shooting JPEG only is that the workflow is a dream. It's so easy to have a JPEG from your camera and send it over to your phone. And the classic chrome color profile actually looks so cool, especially when I was shooting a lot of buildings and urban and sky tones. There's a couple of architecture shots that I'm a massive fan of. The classic chrome kind of adds like a desaturated blue tint and gives it that chrome look, obviously. I've also, before this video, shot a couple of Astia film simulation images. I really enjoyed those. That gives it like a soft, colorful look. For London street photography or London urban street photography, that might not be the vibe. I think classic chrome definitely works, but in different environments, I imagine I'm gonna wanna use different film simulations. Something I wanted to say as well, someone messaged me earlier on, I'm gonna find out who it was. Sebastian, Lens Vader on Instagram sent me a message saying, have you seen Fuji Weekly? And I was like, what? What's that? They provide different Fuji film recipes, so that's something I'm gonna look into. Shooting street photography for me is about convenience, keeping it fun, keeping it simple, and if I can just add a vibe to the photos without having to jump into Lightroom all the time, if I can just select a couple of different recipes or mess with the settings in the camera, that sounds like fun, and I want to do more of it. Because I had fun using classic chrome in this, except for the fact, I'll say it again, I underexposed the images, so hopefully next time I shoot properly. I kind of just wanted to get my opinions out there. I've really enjoyed using the Fuji so far. I'm going to be smashing out loads more videos with it, doing loads more POVs with it. And hopefully over time you'll see my photography progress and improve. Probably just need to expose my images properly. That's the key there, isn't it? Thanks for watching this video. We're on the road to 100,000 subscribers. We just hit 60,000, which is amazing. So thank you so much to everyone that's been watching the channel for the last 4 years or the last 3 minutes. I appreciate your support and I'll see you next week. Peace.